In this video, I'm going to be talking about the best ways to catch criminals inside of ERLC. So I've done one of these videos before, but it was quite a long time ago and things have changed since then. So drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy it or find it useful, but let's get straight into it. And before I continue, yes, to answer your question, because I know someone's going to comment it, this is technically cuff rushing, but who cares? That's the aim of the game. And you're watching this because I assume you want more police XP. And if you need more police XP or want more police XP, you're going to have to cuff rush a little bit. So first of all, the most efficient way to do this is when you are first spawning on the police team, make sure you equip all of the equipment you need. Now, don't get useless stuff like a riot shield, for example, because that's kind of useless given what you're trying to do. You really need the basics. In my case, all I like to carry really is handcuffs, a taser, a gun, and then my MDT. And to be honest, that is pretty much all you need. Just these four things here, that's all you're gonna need. And make sure you organize them in a way that you can know and quickly access them, so you can quickly just press the buttons on your keyboard depending on what you need to do to arrest someone. And once you've done that, you're gonna spawn the car that you find the best. So of course there's technically speaking better cars and technically speaking worse cars, but all you need to do is find one that you like the most and one that you've driven the most, because every car will drive differently, and the more you've driven that car, the better you will be at driving it. So for example, if you've never driven this car in ERLC, then don't get this one to cuff rush in, even if it's the fastest, which obviously it isn't, but if it was, it would make sense because you'd have no idea how it handles. However, if you're like me and you've driven this car a lot before, then you will know how to use it better than just using the fastest car in the game. For example, I would personally recommend the Ford Mustang. It's probably one of the best, or even, to be honest, the BMW X5. Now the reason I say this is because this car can go completely undercover, and this kind of leads on to my next point. If you want to do it as efficient as possible, you want an undercover car. So literally every single thing you can do to make it undercover is what you need. There is zero signs that this car is actually a police car. It's a normal civilian car, and when it's like this, it looks identical, and it's in a color that people wouldn't really expect. If it's like, you know, blue, then that's kind of obvious it's a police car, but this bright red, not many people expect that. Or of course a black is quite good as well. And the reason I said the Mustang is quite good for this as well is because it's also a very popular civilian car, so if you can blend it in really well, it'll be very good. However, for me, I like this. I've no idea why the black didn't save, but just imagine this spotlight wasn't here. It's completely undercover, and it doesn't even have that many lights on either. There's literally no lights at the back. There's just a tiny little bit at the front there, which does make it pretty cool. I'm in a private server right now, so I can't actually arrest anyone, but all I'm doing is talking about the best things. Now what you should also do is you probably should have a spike strip and a stop stick in your inventory, because it's kind of useful. Now to be honest, unpopular opinion, but I actually prefer the stop stick here, because if you're in a high speed pursuit and you're getting in front of someone, you have to place this down, expand it, and then wait a few seconds for it to actually expand all the way to actually pop someone's tires. Where if you're in a pursuit and you've got a stop stick, you can quickly just jump out and you can spam them down wherever you think they're going to go, and you can quickly adapt to it as well, right? So you can place two, whereas a spike strip, you can only place it there. So say if they do that and then you're like stood here and they decide to go in here, you can quickly come and just try and place a stop stick, and if they run over it even with one tire, that is all you need to be able to catch them. But use both, because it can be even better if you've got both of them. But yeah, unpopular opinion, I prefer the stop stick because it's quicker, only if you're cuff rushing though. If you want to do it properly, use the spike strip. And the next thing is actually use the radio. So this won't get you much XP if you're just constantly using the radio and talking to other people. There's kind of two sides to this. So if you want to get all the XP, don't use the radio. If you're in a pursuit, don't tell anyone, because some of the officers might come and steal your arrest and get the XP. But if you just want to catch as many criminals, say like you're chasing your friend or something, or someone's like killed you like 20 times and you're really annoyed at them, use the radio and ask for people to actually help you, right? Like request backup, press your panic button, whatever you need. And it's even better if you can get like a friend in the game who maybe you're even in a voice call with, and you can both work together to catch the same criminal. You can be in different cars if one of you wants to chase a car, and then you can use the spike strip to try and stop them. That's great. Or as I said, you can just do it by yourself. Both work and both will get you XP, arrests, whatever it is you want. Now the next thing is make sure you stay in the city. Of course you can go anywhere. You can go to Springfield or High Rock Park, whatever, but most people will be in the city. Most people will be around the ATMs, the jewelry store, the bank, whatever it may be. If you can stay in the city area, that will allow you to get the most arrests, because everyone will be around the same area and you can literally get to anywhere within the city within about 10 seconds if you're in a fast car and you're a pretty good driver. Like, you can get from one side, like you can get from like the hospital to the bank within 10 seconds if someone really needs help or something, or you can arrest someone. So yeah, staying in around the city area. There's no point being in Springfield. Not much really happens over there. You're probably not going to catch someone. The next thing is kind of just an experience thing, but learn the map so you know hiding spots, you know different things people might do, you know places to go. Like, for example, a criminal might know about climbing up this ladder onto the top of here, but you might not. So you might see their car and you're like here, and you might have no idea where they've gone when actually they're just hiding up there. If you know the map, you can really catch people out doing that, because they might think you don't know where they are, but if you do know where they are, you can sneak up on them and arrest them. So make sure you learn the map and you know the map quite well. If you think of it in a way where you need to know the map better than the person you're chasing or trying to arrest, that will give you a huge advantage. Now, my next point is to do with the highway or Bugattis, for example. If you're chasing a really fast car and you know you're not going to be able to keep up with it, like for example, this car isn't that slow, sure, but if it was raced against a Bugatti, the Bugatti would obviously be in the lead. If I was chasing the Bugatti, I would not chase them down here, because this car's top speed is 125 and the Bugatti can go 170. There's no point in me trying to chase them down here. It's not going to work. So what I would probably do in this situation is try and cut them up as best as I can. Now, if you can use the police helicopter to keep track of the criminal, or if you can use your friend or another police officer to keep chasing them, you can cut them up. For example, if they're going down there, continuing straight down the highway, you can try and be sneaky and you can come this way and you can go straight over this bridge, and you know if they're going on that highway, there's nothing over there, they have to come left here. So you can park your car up here and be sneaky, and this is actually a shortcut to get to here rather than staying around the highway. So maybe you can use that little tip to your advantage. Again, that's just one thing I said earlier about knowing the map. If you know this is quicker than going around the highway, then you have an advantage over the criminal or the person you're trying to catch, because you can cut them up even if you're in a slower car, if that makes sense. And the last thing I want to talk about is one that is a little bit controversial, but use glitches to your advantage. So a lot of the time glitches will get patched in ERLC, but a lot of the time new glitches will appear, right? That's just how it is with games. There'll always be, you add something and it breaks something else. That's just how it works. There is always new glitches that pop up in ERLC. If you see any YouTubers posting about a certain glitch, or if you see any glitches in the Discord server or something and you think it can benefit you, do it. Absolutely do it if you're trying to catch someone or cuff rush or get XP or whatever it might be. If it actually allows you to catch them easier, then why not? Just make sure it's not something that will actually get you banned, even though you can't really get banned for glitches anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But that is all. Hopefully there was one thing from this video that you found useful. If there was, let me know in the comments what it was. Let me know in the comments if you have any other tips, and maybe other people can learn from your tips in the comments as well. But thank you very much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!